Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am here to work some more on the Fern journal. I did a little bit more yesterday. I kind of, obviously you can see inked around it. It's going to have a cover, but I just wanted these edges inked. And then added some end paper in there, and this is from my charm paper and Fern digital, and then I just did a little collage up here. It's all stuck down, it's not a tuck or anything. And then there's another couple pages. And then this is the page that we did yesterday. I added this little page and just another little collage up there. And then our journaling card that we did. And oh, on this one I added one of these funny little ladies that I like to do. I haven't done one in ages, but it's basically a, what do you call it, like a mannequin in a dress. And these are on the Met, or Victorian Albert Museum sometimes has things like this too. And so it doesn't have a head, it's just to show the dress. But then I added a head from Itkupilli Imagenarium is where I get those, and that's on Etsy. And then there's on the back, and then I added butterfly wings back there. So I'm pretty sure those are Rachel's butterfly wings. And then we have our little card in there, and then you turn the page, and then there's this page and this page, and so I want to do a large journaling card today, so that's what we're going to work on. And I'll be doing a few of those funny little like dolls or lady paper dolls, whatever you want to call them, throughout this journal, but I'm not going to do a ton of them, but I will do a few of them just because I've been wanting to do some for a while, and Fern mentioned that she does like them, so I figured, you know, if I just do a few, it won't be too much, since it's a Fern journal. It's not a paper doll journal or whatever, but just for something fun in there and something different that you probably normally wouldn't see in a journal like this, which I always like to do something a little bit different if possible. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's getting a little crazy around here, as everywhere, I know. We are actually super fortunate, but our cases did like triple overnight. So we're getting to that kind of stage, which is no fun. But anyway, I'm sure you hear enough about it on the news. I'm not going to talk about it the whole time. The biggest thing is just my husband's working seriously like 14 hours a day. And I'm worried about him, you know, getting it, because obviously he's in the hospital, and my sister and my niece. So yeah, it's a little stressful that way. I mean, I'm worried about everybody. I don't want anybody to get it. I just am saying it's stressful when your family members are right in the midst of it. And I know lots of people's are, so I know I am not alone in that area. So I pray for everybody's health and safety. It's just messed up, for sure. Okay, actually I'm going to use, I had print problems again this morning, so I cleaned my heads again, and I realigned them and did all that, but some of it just won't stop. I think I just need new print heads. I just haven't been able to grasp onto that. I've been worried about getting other things that we need, so I'm just kind of dealing with the printer as it is for now. Eventually I'll get around to figuring it out. And I'm a little concerned because they told people in California to stock up, which is concerning because we're already having trouble with keeping stuff in our stores as it is. And we're not in California, but I just know when people hear that, you know, then they do the same, which is understandable. Even in other places. So just a little worried about that because we already don't have a whole lot of stuff. But it's that way everywhere, and I know it is. It's what we're all dealing with. So I hope you're all having a nice day other than that stuff, the unfun stuff. But at least we can still craft even though we can't go anywhere. Not that that's a whole lot different for me because I don't go a whole lot as it is. I just don't like to. I'm just a homebody. That's my deal. But I know lots of people like to go out a lot, so it's a huge change of their life, and I understand that that's difficult. I definitely feel bad for the young, because they, you know, that's how they hang out with each other and all that, so that's hard. And the old, because it's scary. So I think I might use this one. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it yet. But see, they're like this with these dresses on, and then this is one of Rachel's. I'll cut off the antenna. I won't leave the antenna on there. And then the heads are from Itkupilli Imagenarium. So I just have to figure out how I want it on here. Yeah, I haven't done those in a long time, and they're just fun. So I wanted to do some again. Since Fern liked them, I thought, well, this is a good opportunity, because not everybody's into that. Not everybody likes those kind of weird dolls and things. These ones aren't too bad. They're at least not like scary or something. They're just silly. It'd be kind of fun, since that spot you'll be able to see a piece of this if we put her out this edge a little further. Then so something probably kind of like that. That butterfly is going to probably get a little covered. I could scoot it up a little bit. Let's take some of this off. That way it'll be up higher and probably won't get covered that way. Alright, so I'm going to ink this stuff. So everybody's been making really cool things. I've been looking on Instagram and stuff. It's fun to see. Oh, I had a subscriber ask me on Instagram if I would talk about like how I do packaging and all that. And kind of prices. Prices are really still very difficult for me because, you know, I would love to be able to like make $10 an hour. But right now I pretty much make about $6, $7 an hour doing this. And that's just kind of, a lot of my journals take roughly right around that 23, 24, somewhere around there, hour type time period to make. And so I can't obviously make $10 an hour because nobody would buy my journals at that price. So I kind of just think of, you know, maybe what I can make, say, in an entire month. And so roughly in a month right now, I'm probably making about $10, maybe $12 an hour with everything, with my digitals and all of that. But there are a lot of hours that I don't even clock, you know, because like I'm cutting or doing whatever, sitting on the couch watching TV at night and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of prep time that doesn't even get clocked. And so that's something I struggle with, is how to price things. So I'm not really great on that. All I can tell you is you just got to kind of try to figure out sort of how many hours it's taken you, but you know, you got to keep prices reasonable because people obviously aren't going to, mostly, for most of us anyway, pay anywhere near $230 for a journal. So you just gotta kind of put your stuff out there and put a price on it, and if it's not selling, then you probably are asking too much and you should lower your price, I guess, or, you know, try to reconsider how you're doing it. And that's really the only advice I can give for pricing, because you know, I don't, like, there's no real set thing. I just try to, you know, make a living, basically. And really that's all it is, because like YouTube, it's pretty much pennies per video for me. You know, like the great big YouTubers, they make more, and they can like support their family and stuff like that. But I'm not, you know, a huge channel, so I'm a small channel, so we don't generally make much per video. It's truly pennies is what it breaks down to. And so I just kind of consider that maybe like some extra each month that helps pay for a few things, but it's really nothing big. Really where I make most of my money is just selling my stuff, either my digitals or my journals or that kind of thing. But I've tried to stop looking at it, oops, what am I doing? Like I said, how much I'm making per hour, and try to just sort of focus on maybe what I'm making in a month and if I can live off of that or not. So I was able to do that, to quit my job as a teacher and do this full time. But it's also because, you know, my husband has a decent job and, you know, we can pay the bills. So that's really the important part, right? Is we can pay the bills. But I don't really know what to tell other people about pricing, because that's sort of a personal thing and it all depends on you and your financial situation and all of that. I really can't speak to that. As far as packaging stuff up, I use a lot of those like acetate bags for, you know, paper, or like if I made collage pages, I'll put them in acetate bags. And then I save those envelopes that you get like from Amazon or wherever, the bubble envelopes, and I reuse. And I reuse a lot of Amazon boxes because, you know, we get a lot of stuff. Kids buy clothes and, you know, I buy paper, whatever. So I try to reuse packaging that we get, but I've also bought boxes from Amazon. And the size that I have found, sorry, I'm just looking for my glue book, that works best for me is a box size that's 10 by 7 by 5 inches. It seems to fit a lot of stuff. Like it usually fits my journals. It fits the book cradles that I sell in my shop. That kind of thing. So you kind of just have to maybe try to figure out, you know, what you're shipping, obviously, and what you might need. And I also buy the little bubble envelopes like at Walmart or those kind of places if, you know, I don't have enough saved from Amazon or wherever. So really think about the packaging that is coming into your house. It's something you can save and reuse, and that's kind of what I do. So that is that portion. She said packaging, prices, like I said, that's sort of not really an area I'm that comfortable talking about, just because, you know, everybody's got a different take, and what you can get is different than what I can get maybe, and those kind of things. It's just all subjective to, you know, it's really about how many people are viewing your stuff is what it comes down to. And so that's what YouTube really is for me, is, well, one, I just like doing this. It's fun to come on and talk with you guys and make videos and stuff, but it's also kind of an advertisement platform for me, because without YouTube I don't think that I would be selling much of anything, just because it's hard to get that information out there. So that's kind of something you have to think about. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I told you in the comment thing when I commented back, I don't know how much help I would be, and I hope that helped a little, but honestly, I'm still learning stuff. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and, you know, I'm learning stuff every day too. So there's just a lot of time that goes into crafting, and if you think you're going to get rich crafting, you're not, because it's just the hours that go into it usually far exceed anything that you can ask for your stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to say don't do it. I'm just saying you have to be, you know, understand that it's nothing that you're going to get rich doing for sure. So, because even the digitals, they're very helpful as far as hours, but when I make them, I have to do a lot of research first and find images that are copyright free and all that. So there's a lot of hours that go into that part, and then the actual making them takes a lot of time. And then once they're up, it's good because you're just, hopefully, they're selling and you're making a little bit of money off of them. So that's the good part about digitals, and that's kind of what helps me make enough in a month to, you know, survive off of that type of thing. But none of it's a huge money making thing at all. And that's why I think it's so difficult when like Etsy wants to, you know, advertise for us and force us to pay them for that advertising time when we're barely making enough in a month to, you know, live off of. Like, I could live off of what I make probably by myself, but I mean, there's no way I could like support a family or do any of that on what I make now, especially with things like, you know, what I'm talking about with Etsy. So it's just all really, you just have to look at your whole situation and see if it's worth it to you or not. Oops, I was going to put that under, huh? Well, I guess it's going to kind of go, maybe I'll just tear it. Yeah, so it's hard for me to say how much you should charge, or, you know, if you make this, charge this, that type of thing. So like roughly what I'm saying is I make about $6 an hour with the stuff I make. So that's kind of what you gotta, I guess, figure into it. And, you know, if you can make more than that, that's great. Or if you can make enough stuff to make it more worth your while or whatever. But that's just being real, giving you the real deal. So anyhow, enough of that, because I know not everybody wanted to know about that, but I just wanted to make sure I talked about it because she was very nice and asking and all of that. So, but yeah, I'm sorry I don't have a whole lot of great answers there. But definitely with packaging, just think about what you're sending and think about what comes into your house and what you could reuse, because that's always a good plan. I don't know why I was putting that there. I was trying to figure out like where her head is in relation to all this. So hopefully that was helpful. I mean, you hear about the people that are, you know, supporting their family off of YouTube and all that, and you got to be really one of the big wigs, the ones that get, you know, millions of views and subscribers and all that to really do that, I think. But I love this. This is, you know, what I love doing, so that's the awesome part about it. And that's something you have to take into consideration as well, is, you know, can you survive doing what you love? And if you can, then it's probably worth it, just because it's something you love doing, so. Try to figure out how to put her head so it looks right. It's always the interesting part, right? More maybe. Yeah. I think that'll work. So there's that one, and then, you know, we can add a few other things if we want, but let's figure out what we're going to do on the back. I keep wanting to grab like coffee dyed paper. And since I don't want to do that because of the whole customs thing, and I guess what it is because somebody was asking me what the coffee dyed paper has to do with it, and it's the dogs, I guess, smell it at customs, and I guess people try to hide drugs in coffee or something like that. I don't really know, but anyway, so I guess when they smell the coffee, they, whatever they do to let the people know that it's got something in it, and then they go tear it all apart, I guess, is what's happening. So trying to avoid that. I don't know if this will help or not. We'll see. but that makes it a little bit hard. And it makes it hard to make it and send it out because you're scared it's just going to get destroyed. It's like, I don't know. Hopefully, since it's a book, I'm hoping they won't like pull pages out and stuff like that. Because that would be horrible. Sorry, I'm looking for my ledger. I have these glasses on my head and I'm wearing another pair of glasses. Yeah, I do that quite often. Because I was trying to get the printer to work, so I had them on my head because I, you know, look at the paper and then have to do something on the printer and take them back off, put them on my head. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it's just going to have to get new print heads. I just have to sit down and figure out which ones I need and all that junk. Which is the junk that I don't love doing because I'm horrible about anything like that. I was just telling my daughter this morning that we need bleach and I can't get bleach anywhere. So I like to bleach my towels, especially my kitchen towels. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I mean, it's all relative, right? It's no big deal. But at some point, it would be nice to have some of these things back in the store. No, they're all working at it. It's not their fault. So that's something I think we all need to think about, is it's not the people that work at the store's fault. Because I know it's hard when you have to keep going back and it's never there and whatever, but it's that whole supply and demand thing. Now I don't really have to put the ledger paper here. I could, you know, just do it like that, but I just like the green. Adds a little something, you know. And you can still write on it. And I will stitch around this too. Oh, I wanted to make like a little pocket thing for that Tim Holtz pocket we did the other day. That was something I was going to do too. So maybe we'll do that next. And I'll stitch around this and add fabric in that, but it's just... Okay, what did I do with the book now? I set it somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Probably yelling at me. It's right there. It's right there. It's not the one. I'm having fun doing this though. It's kind of a quirky Fern journal, but I like things like that. I hope Fern likes it. Oh, you can't totally see her, but she's peeking out, so that works. Alright, so let's see if we can make the little pocket thing I wanted to do. I've got this. That's Tim Holtz paper. And I have all kinds of pieces of paper. See, and I use these kind of things too, these mannequin funny things, dress forms, that's what they're called, to do those as well. I have all of my tags. So what I was thinking is we have to have it at least tall enough so that this tag will be able to fit in there. I was thinking it would be fun to do something kind of like a, what do you call it, matchbook. So just have to figure out where to fold stuff. And I don't necessarily want it covering that. Thinking I only need about, you guys see, yeah, barely, huh? Just fold up this bottom part like this much. And I have it upside down right now so that when I fold that flap over, the writing will be right side up. This part's upside down, but a lot of that's going to get covered with the pocket, so not that worried about it. Oh, and this strip of paper is 12 by 3 3/4. So 12 by 3 3/4. A little bit of this will probably go under there. So we're going to have to score. I don't know if it's going to reach all the way down or not. Might have to cut a little bit off of that. So we'll score it at this line and see how that comes out. Oops, where did I mark? So really just, you know, whatever you decide to put in there, just kind of figure out where you need to mark it. See, that's not going to reach all the way down there. I'll have to fold it more. I should have measured. Let me see. Guess it's going to have to come up higher. So it will end up covering that partially. All the way up to I can trim this a little bit too, still. So then we need one more line. You probably have like a simple way to do this and are yelling at me, but you know, I'm dingy, so it's gonna have to come down. I mean, it doesn't have to have that extra fold in it. I just think it would be good if it did. So I'm gonna go right at this one. Because you know how like a matchbook has that bit like that? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so then you want this flap to come and be able to tuck into there. I need to glue that front down some more so it doesn't get messed up. Okay, I'm sure there's a better way to do that, but Okay, so if we did cut a little bit off of that, we could still cut like that much off. It just doesn't need to be quite that big of a flap. It's going to be really, I'm just going to have to trim a little bit off the bottom of this. There's just no way around it. And it may still have to have a little more trimmed off. So let's ink this. So you don't need this gusset here. It's just I folded it wrong the first time. So just, you know, fold it up, and this fold is almost an inch, like 3/4 of an inch. Like I said, it's just really going to depend on what you're putting inside of it. Get our little pocket glued in there. I'm just going to glue along the edges, obviously. It's a great thing about art glitter glue is that little metal tip on it. I'm just kind of centering it based on the grid on this paper. I'm sure it's not totally straight because I rarely get anything totally straight. Let's see, if I have to, I'll just trim a little more off the cat here. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get it stuck on every little rung. That's why it's easier to load it from the bottom up. Goes in a lot easier. Oops. Stay down there. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut more off of that. It's fine. These little tags will fit, so that's all that matters. And then what we'll do is, so that that flap can come down and, you know, tuck in there and stay closed, we're gonna staple this with our little tiny attacher. And I'm just going to put, like, I think 2 or 3 of these in because they're so little. And in the middle, sort of in the middle anyway. So then that'll just sit like that. And it's like a little matchbook with a Tim Holtz pocket inside. So again, that was 12 by 3 3/4. I made a gusset in it. I did end up trimming a tiny bit off of there, but it wasn't very much. You're just going to have to kind of measure whatever you're putting in there. And then you fold up that flap, staple it, and make it so that it'll tuck down in there like that. And that will be a little fun thing. And let's take off just a little more of this and see if it'll fit. If a little more is gone. I just love that cat, of course. Right? Let's load it from the bottom. I'm not doing that again. And these I just added some stuff to. I don't know where the one went with the hawk on it. I'll have to find it. I must have set it somewhere. And these, most of these tags are from Medieval Mirage that I just, you know, kind of decorated here and there a little bit. And that's that sienna, what was it called? I have it right here because I can't remember. In shades of sepia, sienna, and sage. That's one of her newer digis. It's very pretty because it'll just go with loads of stuff, you know, because it's so neutral. Pretty green color, a little bit there. There we go, it fits. So I think that will be fun to put in the front of the journal. And we can decorate it up a little bit still on the front, add like fern or something. I think that'll be okay. It's a little bit thick. I might wait to put it in until we get more stuff in here just in case it's a little too thick, but I think it'll be alright. It's not horrible. Alright, there's that. And how long? 36. So let's see what else we could do. I was thinking of having the next, not this one, but this one will get folded in. But let's put some paper on these 2 pages first. Yeah, I had line issues, so I printed on the back side too, so I don't have to throw away paper. I didn't like doing that. Yeah, I'll probably look into that today, the new print heads. Let's see what in the world. Such a bummer when it does that because that's a lot of ink that gets wasted. Getting them lined up is always interesting. And I have been inking around these ones a little bit, just because I inked the whole front and stuff, so it just kind of needs that continuity. I noticed a lot of people have been going live, which I've thought about doing, but I don't know, I'm such a ding-dong. I think I would probably not be able to do the whole computer portion and the and the crafting and the talking and all of that at the same time. I think that would probably be a disaster. Who knows what kind of messes we would make. All right, let's see. I kind of like doing these with that. Even though it seems like it doesn't really go, it like ends up working together. What do I want to do? I put these ferns over here, they're gonna get messed up. Could do this, and then better. And a pocket, like these. Whoa, that was a big truck going by, crashing by. See, these two I can put in a double pocket on that next page. Just want to see. Oh, that's the same one. I was like, this one goes. It's like the same thing. I don't think I like that. Could do a green page. It's not tall enough that direction. Have to go that way. I do like that green though. It's pretty. And it can go that way, and it needs to go that way. It's bugging me the other way. Let's see what else we have. So pretty. Another big truck. They're digging out there. Yeah, we're on statewide, like, you know, you have to stay in. You can't go out and do anything that isn't essential now. That just went into effect yesterday. So it's kind of a bummer that it's gotten to that point. Everywhere, not just here. It's a sad state of affairs that we're in. I was hoping they would start some more of that medicine that they've been talking about by now. I was hoping more, but I know they have to do testing and stuff. It seems like that worked pretty well for some people. Sorry if I get my head in here. I'm trying to see the edge of the paper all the way. Do I match? Yeah, pretty good. It's never going to be 100% straight because I don't think I can manage that. I was thinking this kind of would make a neat pocket even. It's a little bit thick though. On these. I do like that one with the mushrooms. I have this one backed already, so but it could go in here, so that would be a good thing. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to back it with some book page. This one big enough? Yes. Probably single piece would be better. I don't need it that thick. I just want to thicken it a little bit so that it's not too flimsy. Kind of want to stitch around it too. So I might have to put you guys on hold for a minute. Glue strings. I'm gonna cut, so if you don't like it, you can fast forward. If I use bigger scissors, it'd probably go a lot faster, huh? Good news is I have the punch that made the little notch in the first place. Okay, I'm going to stitch around that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so I stitched around that. And before I forget, because I've wanted to tell you for like 2 days now and I keep forgetting. So the color challenge, Monday, we're going to do this kind of a color. So it is a blue, but it's a little bit more of a teal maybe. So any variation, like I don't care if it's darker, lighter, whatever, just this is the main color. I know it might be hard to tell, but see, it's not the green. It's in between those two. So that's the one I'm looking at for Monday, because I keep forgetting. I keep thinking I need to tell them. These are the things I think of, you know, at 3 in the morning and stuff. So anyways, told you. So everybody will know what color we're doing next. All right, so here's our pocket, and we're going to glue that on. Sorry, it's probably been a real snooze fest today. I just am struggling with, my brain's going 100 miles an hour in different directions, so that's always interesting when that happens for me. I'm sure everybody else feels likewise, so probably all in the same boat. Rowing like crazy, right? And that's my daughter still coughing. Still coughing. She may never stop coughing. She can't step out of the house because she's coughing. Ah! And she'd probably get tackled or something, I don't know. She's had no fevers though, no fevers, none of that, just, and her cough is very productive. It's not dry at all. Like, I think it's starting to get dry now just because, you know, after you have it for so many days or whatever. This, I just realized, I think this pocket is very wonky or something because it just, I can't even it up. So anyway, plus I stitched it, I'm sure that didn't help. Alright, and then I thought it might be fun to put the word fern on here. The double reason. Put it down here at the bottom. I've had these letters for a while, so that's why I'm gluing them too, because I don't trust that they will stay stuck. And I think I solved my niece's, what do you call it? Guest book problem. I'm going to use Scrabble tiles. That'll be something fun for the cover. And to say wedding, and you guys gave me great ideas, so thank you. You were awesome, giving me ideas, telling me where I could find die cuts and all kinds of stuff. I just couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do, and then I saw those and I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. I mean, she would get a kick out of that. So that's why I decided to do that. And I'll show you guys when it's done, because it's supposed to be my design team project for Wonderbar Crafts. I'm such a great friend, right? I can't ever get anything done for poor Denise. I feel bad. She makes gorgeous journals using my digis, and I can't even get one thing accomplished for her. Could put that little piece. But it's just too little. Man, I can't hang on to these things. I guess I'm going to probably have to cut one because I think they're all pretty close to the same size. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut the bottom off again. Keep doing that to these poor ferns. Okay, now I have two mini ones to use. Let's see, what else could we put with it? I have a big mess again, like I always do when I do a journal. Kids just laugh at me because I always make a mess when I'm doing this stuff. And I clean it up and then I make another mess. I don't know, none of these really go. Tracy Fox's labels. These are her random numbers. I guess that's fairly obvious, right? And I know people will say, I don't understand why you did that way. If I could understand my brain, it would be great. I just do this stuff. I don't know why. I'll lift this a little. Right. Stick this in here, like so. Some things just don't have to make sense. They just don't. They're just fun. I had a lady who was saying she's not that crazy about junk journals because she feels like there's no place to write in them. And I kind of get that a lot. Like, a lot of people say that, like, where are you supposed to write, or, you know, all those kind of things. And I get that because a lot of it is you can't write in it. But I think most junk journalers who aren't just doing like art journals that are supposed to be totally covered, always try to leave places to write. You know, like you can write here, and then I'm gonna put this journaling card in here, and you can write on the back of that. And I think it's just part of the fun of the junk journal is to have all the little tucks and, you know, fun spots for stuff. And you can add another piece of paper in there in that pocket, and then like the journaling card you can write on. You can write here. So I don't think that there's nowhere to write. I think there's places, but I mean, I get that perception because it is pretty full of knick-knacky type things, but it's just all what you like. If you like the plain ones, then definitely go for that. But just the style that you like really is what it comes down to. All right, so I think I'll stop there. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I want to thank all of you so much because I can't tell you, I mean, I know I say this a lot, but I truly do mean it. I thank you so much because I am very close to 10,000 subscribers, and so I'll probably do some type of giveaway, and I don't know what that'll be. It may be like some of the things that I've made in the color challenge, or yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but and it'll be a surprise because I like to make those a surprise, so I won't tell you exactly when it'll be, but I just want to thank you guys because you're really awesome, and I really appreciate all your comments and kind words and just trying to help me out, like with my printer and you know, all those type of things. So thank you so very much, and I'm really just blown away by the response that I've had, and I've made some great friends. So thank you, and we'll chat again soon. Bye-bye now.